For most people, filming is the funnest part of the video making process. You get to walk around with a camera and feel like a total badass. Here are 5 tips on how to up your video game. 1. Always have your camera on a tripod. Every camera ever made has a tripod mount. If you do not use a tripod, your footage will be shaky and look like crap. Every dad on the planet owns a tripod. If you have a dad or know someone who is a dad, I encourage you to borrow their tripod instead of buying your own. If you do not know any dads, you can get a tripod off Amazon for about 15 bucks. If you're filming with a smartphone, you'll need to buy a special doohickey that will allow your phone to attach to a tripod. They cost about 7 bucks on Amazon. 2. Put your camera on its automatic settings. Cameras are really smart and know exactly what to do with light. Professional photographers and videographers like to brag about how they only use manual settings. This is bullshit. Automatic settings are awesome. 80% of the time I'm filming, I use my camera's automatic settings. Someday you'll use your manual settings, but that day is a long way off. Once you have made 3 videos, I grant you permission to play with your camera's manual settings. Until then, know your place and stick to the automatic settings, rookie. Now that you have your camera on a tripod and have switched it to automatic, you are ready to begin filming. Tip 3. The key to capturing good footage is to capture lots of footage. In Hollywood, a director films several takes of a single scene. Photojournalists will often take hundreds of photos before ultimately selecting one single image to publish. When you film, go bananas. Film anything and everything. Now that we don't have to pay for film and memory cards allow us to store hours of video for super cheap, the world is your oyster. There is one caveat though. Chances are you'll be the poor schmuck who ends up wading through all this footage when it comes time to edit your video. If you end up filming hours of footage, then you'll be stuck reviewing it all later. To avoid drowning in mountains of footage, be conscious of what you film. Don't just hit record and run amok. By being mindful of what you film, you'll save hours when it comes time to editing. Point your camera at your subject before you hit record. Look at your shot and ask yourself, is this something people might want to look at? If the answer is no, then move on to something else. If the answer is yes, then hit record. Tip 4. A lot of visual artists use the rule of thirds. This principle suggests that shots look better when your subject is placed on the right or left side of a photo, instead of smack dab in the center. This isn't a rule as much as it is a guideline. Most videographers use the rule of thirds, but some don't. Tip 5. If you're filming people, crop in close. You do not need an entire person's body to be in the frame. Legs are boring. We love to look at faces, so get up close and personal with your subjects.